Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. We're back, baby! Welcome, everybody, to Utah Football Fans Podcast. It has been a minute. It's been a while since we've been here. We were all saying we kind of forgot how to do this, but
it has been a while.
We took some time off, took the off season, took a little break. Did you like your break? You enjoy your break?
I did. How's life, everybody?
I know. I feel like we haven't. I mean, I've seen you two idiots before in the break, but I haven't seen everybody here.
That was unnecessary.
That's rude. But look, I'm still alive.
Much of the dismay.
I'm still alive. I know
people.
From the Zoobs and from some others who've been calling me old man and Gramps.
They were wondering if.
Hey, I'm still kicking. So sorry.
I didn't see anybody like wishing bad or ill against you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you looked at his Twitter?
That you die? People want you
no,
to
not die. But when you start calling you Gramps and old man every 2 seconds, and then there's a few from some of the brothers and sisters, some things I probably can't say online or on YouTube. Yeah, but hey, I'm here.
But hey, we are here.
We're here. Talking football and whatever.
Spring ball has begun, so we are back. Thanks for joining. And if you didn't know, I'm Bryn, here with Gary and James. We're going to start off by letting you know about Bet Online, which it's been March Madness, so this is a good time to know about Bet Online if you want to make some bets here. So Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. The Final Four is upon us, and Bet Online has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are played, with the largest selection of odds on everything from college basketball to, MLB started, NHL, UFC, even the Kentucky Derby. You can do a bet online about the Kentucky Derby.
Of course
you can.
Of course,
that's going on forever.
Big
like
betting
day of the year,
and NFL season futures. Those are all ready for you to bet. So in between games, head over to the Bet Online Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Bet Online, the game starts here.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. So football started. Does it feel like it?
No.
No. I mean,
sort of does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
seeing some things. I gotta say though, I do miss the old days. I don't know how many years ago it was when you could actually go to spring practice and watch them. That 10 years ago?
Yeah.
You could go up when they'd practice in the stadium. You'd go up there in the afternoon, watch them practice. It was fun.
Open
this
practices.
Policy of banning everybody, I'm a little disappointed in that. But
but he can't let just anybody go up there.
I get it.
Now
I just say I miss it.
With Twitter and all of that stuff, there's no way. But yeah, it was nice. We would go over there all the time. Rice Eccles on a spring day and just watch spring practice.
Hey, it's good to. Hey, what's going on, Steph?
Stephanie was the first one in the chat, and see all these familiar names. Walt, good to see ya. Amy, we missed you guys. It has been a while.
It's good. All right, spring ball. Any initial thoughts on any of that? What are you thinking?
it's happening. That's literally my expertise. That's all I've got. I think it's happening. I mean, they post like a half a video a day, and they
have been posting a lot. I have noticed that.
Football, and that's kind of it.
Well, it's a big change has come to Utah football.
I hope.
So we have spring ball. So if you look at it, defense and offense, defensively, it's the same schemes. It's going to be good. I don't think we'll talk a lot about the D. I don't think tonight necessarily, but it was one of the top D in the league last year, if not right at the top. Our problems were in offense, and we've had a major change up on the offensive side of the ball. So that's why it's important what's going on in spring ball, because it wasn't just a tweak. It's a whole different offense. We've gone from the pro style of Ludwig and the ball off, go off tackle, and everyone in the stands knows it was going to happen, to the RPO offense of Beck. Run pass option with a lot of pre-snap motion to make the defense adjust, and then you read off of that. It is still I'm just throwing out what I understand that it is, which is going to be different from Utah. So we just have to get ready for it, which is, to me, I'm excited because it's an offense of athleticism.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of run. It's almost run first in a lot of ways, but then there's the passing, the shifts, but they do want to stretch the field. So having the right receivers. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this whole change up offensively. And so we have spring ball going on, and and then the things you hear from the players, particularly on the offensive side, Coach Beck and from Witt, just the install of the new offense. That's what I'm queuing in on. And that's the key for spring, is getting the beginnings of the offense put in and getting players to know what it is and find out those guys who will fit and who Coach Beck wants to fit in these places. Anyway, it's just a major overhaul. We haven't had this offense. I don't know if we've even had this particular offense ever. For what we're used to, the drop back QB, basically, the pro style, that's gone. I think it's great. I think it's a little simpler offense, apparently. Still a lot rides on the QB, obviously, to read stuff. And
fortunately, the QB's been in this system before. I mean, obviously, they both came from New Mexico.
Pull up
together.
that first.
So that's
slide.
A plus. But yeah, I mean, spring ball is extremely important, considering that you're installing, like you said, an entirely new offense. This is not just, changing verbiage. This is a complete redo of the system, the scheme, everything. So fortunately, the offensive coordinator and what we presume will be the quarterback.
Well, yeah.
They ran this together already. So everybody else, though,
it's a huge benefit.
It's having to catch up. And so who knows what else is going to be going on? Because even quarterback, I mean, you look at this. Isaac Wilson's the only quarterback coming back, but he doesn't have any sort of advantage because he doesn't know any of the system, the scheme, the verbiage, anything. The only thing that he knows is the building. That's about it. So who knows what all of this is going to do come the depth chart week 1. Who knows?
I mean, it is interesting.
Yeah, so for those who aren't watching on YouTube, so just out of our QBs that have left, that are gone, were all of our QBs from last year. So Cam, Rose, Heward, Wilson is the only one coming
Wilson's back with us. The only one from the
only one.
Batari's gone as well.
And that's right. You put him on.
So
we have, as that is, I know our 9th string quarterback's name from the last 2 years.
I know, and so he's gone too. And now we have a whole slew of new guys. So Dampier.
Devin Dampier's a junior. But I think what James is saying is really important, is that, he was in the system with Jason Beck last year at New Mexico. So they know it.
Right.
You don't have to teach a quarterback. He ran it
really well.
Last year. He knows it. So he's going to be the starter, Ute fans.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question.
Oh,
I don't think
we're
not playing this who's starting game like we have for the last 2 years. I don't think there's any question on anybody's mind.
No, but now I got to admit, well, as you can see, those who can see on the screen, we get Nate Johnson back.
Yeah.
Now, talk about an athlete.
Oh, he showed flashes when he was here 2 years ago. That was unbelievable.
But he's not see, that's the thing. In Ludwig's system,
he wasn't
fit.
It wasn't a fit.
We'll see how it fits.
We'll see.
But I think they're going to try to use him in other ways, which is exciting because the guy is electric.
Well, that's what I was going to say is, yes, you have him listed here as a QB, but I think on the roster, they just have him listed as athlete or something like that, which basically means they're going to plug him in wherever they need him to be.
The thing, though, and as we have learned this just about every year as a Utah fan, that QB2 is extremely important.
Yeah.
And so Isaac, who knows? Maybe he fits this system better. But you're right, Gary. The ability for the quarterback to run it is so important that a guy like Nate Johnson, who we all saw that can run, if he can maybe fit in this offense better, maybe he's the number 2 guy.
I've heard good things about Wilson picking up the offense.
I would
Really
love
quick.
that.
From Beck.
I mean,
That
I
he's
think
actually
everybody
doing
would
well.
love that.
Put that slide up real quick, just one more time, then you can take it off. But I got to admit, I don't really know much about Brendan. Is it Zurbrugg?
I have no clue.
Okay,
I don't
he
even know.
maybe in the chat knows. I want to make sure I get this right. But he's a dual threat QB. I think he was an Oklahoma guy. He's from Oklahoma.
He's from Oklahoma.
I think he redshirt, but he was on Oklahoma. But by the fact that he's here, tips the hand of the kind of QBs we're looking toward the future, because he is a legit dual threat QB.
Oh, there's no question.
That's where we're going.
The quarterback we're
in
going
this offense. And to me, man, I'm excited. And Utah fans have been whining forever about the Ludwig thing.
We need more offense. That's what we've
Here's
been
the
wanting.
thing. There was a stat that came out last year that showed, I wish I had pulled it up. I don't have it. I'm going to butcher it. But it was basically showing in college, the only quarterbacks to throw over a certain number of yards and rush over a certain. I think it was like throw 1,500 and run for 1,000 in the same season. And it was guys like Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray and these dudes. And guess who was on that list? Dampier was on that list with guys that everybody would know. And again, I wish I had it.
You take it off.
But you're exactly right. Those are the kinds of athletes. Not everyone's Lamar Jackson. I understand that. But that's the kind of quarterback that they want to fit into this system. And Dampier has that capability.
Well, and I want to mention something about Dampier. He was voted on the Spring Leadership Council like 2 weeks after he got here to campus.
It's great.
And from what I've heard, from what I've read, the expectation is that he will be voted as a captain for spring and then probably as well for fall, which I think that's huge. I always find it strange when a QB is not voted captain. I think that tells a lot about what's going on in the locker room. And it's something we've talked about for years with Cam, his leadership ability and how much it brought to the huddle and the locker room. And when he wasn't playing, how much we missed that. So I think it's huge that Dampier, he was only here for a couple of weeks. He was already voted as a leader by his fellow teammates. And from everything I've read, everything I've heard, they respect the guy. He has that presence in the locker room. So I'm really excited to see how he does.
Yeah, me too. James, though, if I don't have the exact stat, I'm just trying to remember, but he had 2,900 yards throwing. And I think 12 TD passes. He had 1,100 and something yards rushing and 19 touchdowns rushing the ball. Almost 4,000 total yards.
Yeah.
Plus, everyone makes fun of me. I think his QBR was 80, which is
here. I found it.
Okay.
Quarterbacks with at least 2,500 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards in the same season. Dampier, Jalen Daniels, Hurts, Kyler Murray, and Dampier.
Okay.
And Lamar Jackson. I might have said that. That's it. That's the list.
It's impressive. Good company to be with.
So
now people are going to say, yeah, but that's a New Mexico in the Mountain West. Okay. Back off. The guy has talent. And one of the big strengths of this team is that O-line, baby.
that's a big thing.
We have, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. No, 80, 79.
Walt, don't question the QBR numbers. Oh my gosh.
Gary got a QBR tattoo over the break.
Yeah, right on
his back. Just says
Ooh,
QBR.
That's what you've done with your
and
time
and then it's signed by John Gruden underneath it.
Yeah, right, man. Gruden. I think all of our 5 starters are back. And all Americans on that front.
That was
line.
one of the reasons that Dampier came here was our offensive line.
And they're mostly young guys.
Yeah.
And I think we lost a couple of seniors is all out of there. And then the rest of the guys, I think, are pretty young going forward. I'm just saying, so you have this old line that's solid. And all of a sudden, this new scheme with all this skill and hopefully speed and talent, athleticism.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited, Ute fans. I'm just saying, look, who knows? No one knows anything.
Well, spring, it's hard to know anything
But
anyways. And
I'm
now
loving it.
we
I'm
have an
loving it.
entire new offense, so we really don't know anything,
We know
even more
nothing.
so. But
And we're doing exactly what every fan base across the country is doing at this moment.
getting excited
Getting excited, talking about how great our team's going to be this year.
for
No,
things.
I think it's fun to have a
exciting,
new
it's fun.
direction.
Yeah. And if you're not excited about your team, that's unfortunate. I don't know why you're a fan at this point. Of course, we're going to be excited. I think it's great, though. I'm with you. I think that the new offense, it'll be fun. It'll be really fun.
Instead
And
of
it's time.
hand the ball off and a cloud of dust. Hand the ball off, cloud of dust, and it's 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9.
And then hand the ball off.
And then 40% of the time hand it off, and then throw it for 7 yards, get tackled, and punt. And have the defense hold them every second.
Gary feels real strong about this. In case you
I
didn't
didn't know
know,
that Gary was so amped up for tonight.
But don't
It's
isn't that how you
spring.
feel like though? Sometimes.
yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
relive it. I don't want to.
So yeah,
yeah,
it's in the
like
past.
it's.
I'd love to watch some athletes out there being used by our offensive coordinator and
Yeah.
hit the running back, hit the next slide. This is the other thing, though, that we don't have anybody from last year
Not
on
one
this
player
roster
on the running back.
on the
side.
running back front.
Not one.
Nope. Gone.
Everybody, there they are,
Graduated, whatever,
or left.
or left.
Okay, so Bernard's gone. Vincent, Glover, Mitchell, and Stanley are
All
all
gone.
gone.
Now we did get one of the diamonds out there in the portal. Apparently,
Okay, so we have
Wayshawn Parker.
Wayshawn Parker, Naquari Rogers, Devin Green, and Daniel Bray.
Now, Nakari Rogers came with Beck. He was a running back
Oh,
in
okay.
Mexico. So that's another advantage. He's in the system. I don't know much about the other guys, to be honest with you. But we have, it's a whole, so we have one returning QB and no running backs from our team last year. So it's a complete install.
That's a whole new
complete
team.
guys. It's kind of the lay of the land though now with the portal and stuff.
So true.
But we'll see. But I hear and read some great things.
All right.
Tell me, does anyone know? Did Wayshawn Parker? I think he played at the same high school as Booker.
Oh gosh,
I don't know that
think
little
that's
trivia
right.
fact. I mean,
It's something like that. Come on, people in the chat are fact checking everything.
they are fact checking.
Jeez.
his
You need-
QBR was 70.9 last year, by the way.
Walt was right. You were not.
Just saying.
Hey, Walt, tell him that you were right. He loves hearing that he was
Oh.
wrong. He loves it.
Let's do that.
Let's just keep doing that the rest of the show
Let's turn this show around
Take
real
that
quick.
off.
and see what happens. He'll want to take his calming pills like that he just offered to James before we started.
Yeah, and I still haven't seen him. I'm still waiting on him.
Where's the calming pills?
Anybody have any calming pills?
Well, so when's the spring game? 3 weeks?
What's the 3 weeks?
April 19th?
So 3 weeks from 2 days ago.
Who's going to go?
Oh, I'll be there. You got to go to the spring game.
Go
I'll
to
tell
the
you why.
spring game.
I'll tell you why you have to
Absolutely.
go to the spring game. You have to go to the spring game because it's the only time of the year that the pretzels are fresh.
That is true.
They get the pretzels in April, and then it's the same pretzel.
I got to get
all
the fresh.
the way
I
till
got to get them
September.
while you can actually
and move it.
they're pliable.
I went last year and ate one, and I was like, "Dang,
Here is a fun fact about Gary.
yeah."
James and I were talking about this.
We
Where
did
were
both.
we?
Talking behind my back.
Yeah, we were talking.
This was like
Where were we?
4 days ago.
We were talking about this. We were at the hockey game. Every
Oh.
sporting event
Oh yeah, okay.
that you go to with Gary, he will order a soft pretzel. Every single game that I go to with you, you order a soft pretzel. I don't think they're very good.
And then you're disappointed in it.
No,
Yeah.
These aren't
Halfway
bad.
through, he's like, "This is not a very good pretzel."
Delta Center were pretty.
But here's the
fresh.
best part. He'll go, "Do you want this?" So he'll pay the $7.50, and you get half of a soft pretzel.
Yeah, but they're never good. That's the
If
thing.
you put enough of that cheese
Okay.
on it,
He always says, "Do you want some of this?"
No
I'm like,
cheese.
I don't want this. It's dry. Anyways, so if you go to a sporting event with Gary, just plan he's gonna get the soft pretzel and then give you half because he never finishes.
or if you see Gary and he doesn't have a soft pretzel, offer to buy the man one.
Every hockey
Bingo.
game, he's bought one.
hockey game.
Every football game, he buys one.
Not every hockey game. Couple
You
hockey
don't
games
sit with
ago-
him every hockey game.
That's true. He bought a $45 grease pizza.
It was actually good. It was $10 for a slice.
$10 for one slice of
It was
pizza?
a big slice.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad. I had to go like this to get the grease
Green.
out.
Yeah,
and then
I saw the box. It was it was very greasy.
Oh, can we
So
get back
true.
to
Okay.
football?
Anyways,
What?
spring game so that you can get your soft pretzel.
I'll be there.
I love it. I mean, it's fun.
I want to
just
see Dampier.
It is on April 19th. You can buy your tickets at utahtickets.com. $10 for the bleacher or $22 for the chairbacks. All the proceeds go to the 22 Forever Scholarship.
More money out of your pocket.
You know,
They shouldn't
I
charge for
gotta
these
say,
games,
I
people.
wish that it was free. Going back to going to spring practice when you could go to the spring game and sit wherever you wanted in Rice Eagles. I could sit 50-yard line, front row,
Oh, not anymore.
and then you could see the players afterwards and get autographs. Do you remember all of that?
Oh, I
Take your
remember.
kids and they could, now, no.
That's the
Too
problem
bad.
is it's like I've got 3 kids, so there's a family of 5. I'm not going to spend $100 on the spring game. I'm just not.
What I'll say though is
I know it goes to a good cause and all of that, but I wish it were free.
I wish we were free, but oh damn. I'll just say this:
Gosh.
put zero stock into what you see at the spring game, though. I'll just go and just enjoy it.
Yeah, go enjoy.
Just go
Watch
and
the
just
new-
watch some football and see the new guys and learn some names and do. But it doesn't mean anything. It's a very dumbed down everything. The defense is, but just go and enjoy. That's it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you.
It'll be great.
I appreciate it.
Is that an acceptable opinion to have?
That was crazy.
Oh, we're starting early, Gary.
Because the fact is, and
He's
Whitney
mad
even
that
said
he
it,
got
even the
proven wrong about QBR. That's what it got him.
Walt, this is all your fault.
what are you talking about?
And then I made fun of his soft pretzels. Go ahead. Give your facts.
No, what I'm saying is we have the portal. We still have a portal.
I know.
It's so ridiculous.
How dumb is that?
So even Whit, I listened to the interview you texted to me.
Yeah.
And they even referenced the fact, I think it was in this one. I don't know. I lose track, but the portal is coming up. So we won't even know our team
So stupid.
until this portal shuts down.
The portal's so broken.
Possibly guys leaving, probably some guys coming in.
100% guys will leave.
So
You just hope that it's just, I know. The fact that
It's
the
too
portals are
bad.
where they are, it's so bad.
that's reality. You have to live with it. That's where we're at. But there is a portal coming up beginning in April.
in April.
I don't know when it closes, to be honest on that. Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, and we haven't really talked about this, and we're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but there are schools that are getting rid of their spring game. And they say it's because they don't want people to see their team and then scout their players
That's
and all
dumb.
that
That's
stuff.
so dumb.
That reasoning is odd to me. But as a fan, again, why go to the spring game when it's not even the team that I'm going to see in the fall?
The main players don't play.
Yeah.
It's a very basic offense. The real scrimmages are happening well before. So I'm with you. Getting ready your spring game. The spring game is for the fans. That's what the spring game is for.
But again, as a fan, I'm going to go to the spring game
To some degree, I think it's
to
both.
see players that then
Shouldn't get rid of it.
then in the next
Don't
week
get rid of
they're
it.
going to leave.
I know.
So as a fan, again, it's just with everything else, like for the fans, but all the experiences for the fan are becoming less and less exciting.
What do you think of Colorado trying to do a more or less scrimmage spring game and then the NCAA stepping in and saying no? What do you think about that?
In NCAA or something.
NCAA sucks.
NCAA sucks.
Colorado, it was Syracuse, wasn't
It
it?
was Syracuse said, we'll come play you.
They should have allowed it.
Allow it. Why not?
You get Dion initiating something that's actually
It's awesome.
good for the game,
It
good
builds
for his
hype.
players, and the NCAA says no, you can't do it. See, this is
Well, if
these
you
guys are losers,
Josh Pate
man.
talks about that.
Yeah.
That we should be doing that during the spring game. You should be playing kind of your lesser games for your spring
Yeah.
game, make it a huge event, and then we can shrink the regular season a little bit so that we can have playoffs end at a better time than the end of January.
You're telling me that if Colorado and Syracuse had played, that stadium would have been sold out.
Yeah.
If Utah played Utah State, and it's a spring game scrimmage, means absolutely nothing. The score could end up being 71-70. Rice Eccles is sold out.
Yeah.
And hey, sell tickets to it. Fine. It's a scrimmage. The fact that the NCAA got their whatever you want to call it and came out, no, you can't do that.
No, it's
A
stupid.
joke. That would have been so sweet. That would have been so fun. I would have tuned in.
It'd be fun.
I don't know. I think the spring game does, particularly this year for us, every practice, particularly games scenarios, even though these are dumbed down, for the install of an offense like ours
It's
now,
important.
it's extremely important. So that's why I think it's gonna
Yeah,
have
that's
a
true.
little more meaning than normal.
That is true. Well, and like we said, every year now you have basically a brand new team. So spring practices do mean a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, for us right now, especially for the offense, it's extremely important.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Also,
we're talking.
RJ Rupert just proves your point right.
What was it?
That Booker went to Grant Union High School, and so did Parker.
So you got that little fun fact right.
See?
Wow.
He is right
Booker-
sometimes.
Booker's one of my favorite Utes.
He's
I love the
my
way he ran the
favorite
ball.
running back.
Hey, man, if Wayshawn could be anything like him,
Oh, can you
Please.
imagine if
Oh, he's
Booker
sweet.
had a quarterback that wasn't Travis Wilson? I love you, Travis Wilson.
Oh, taking shots at
I love, as a person, one of the nicest guys I've
Giraffes.
ever met.
Travis the
quarterback-
giraffe.
As a quarterback, but Booker was the guy that every play, the defense was like, that guy is getting the ball. And he's
still running.
still.
Well, we're gonna
Was a
talk a little bit about
monster.
Booker in just a second. But as we were talking about spring,
Oh, that's weird.
you're gonna do some spring cleaning. You know, everybody usually does.
Ugh.
Well, if you don't want to do it yourself, call Be Neat Cleaning Company. They are a local cleaning company here in Utah. They offer home cleaning. They will come and do a deep clean or spring cleaning. That's sounding real good to you right about
It
now,
actually
isn't it?
sounds-
I know. And if you mention Utah Football Fans Podcast, you will receive $40 off your first house cleaning. Look them up at beneatcleaningco.com. Again, yeah, nobody wants to do
No.
a deep clean for spring cleaning, so just call Be Neat Cleaning Company. They will come and do it for you. Okay, you just mentioned Devontae Booker.
He was awesome.
So we're gonna get into, we did for the first time Utah Football March Fanness on our Instagram. We just wrapped it up a couple days ago. We did a bracket. I printed off the whole bracket so we can look at it. So we just tried to come up with 64 previous Utah football players. We didn't rank them in any way. It was all
Yeah, don't
random.
read into who was ranked 12 and 5. It had nothing
No.
to do with that.
It was all
just-
random, but it has been
players.
interesting to see how people were voting. So, drum roll.
How many guys?
We had
64?
64.
And who's the winner?
Your winner is
Shocking.
Alex Smith.
Okay.
Not surprising.
There he is. Not surprising at all.
Alex.
What
Okay,
was the
but
final vote, though? Because it came down to Cam,
Cam
and Alex.
were the final.
In
And
the
see,
finals.
that's where I was really surprised. I'm going to be honest. I was surprised that Cam made it that far.
I was too.
Did that surprise you?
It shocked me, but you and I talked about this the other day, and I think it speaks a ton that Cam went all the way through to the final.
Yeah.
But when you get on to the chat groups and Instagram and Twitter, you think everybody hates the guy. You think people, because of the NIL and all that crap, and he didn't play, and he was always, you would think people absolutely
Trash the guy all the
they
time.
trash the guy all the time.
Yeah, they do.
But then you take the poll, people love the guy, and rightfully so.
And he made it.
He made it all the way to the end. I do want to say it was very interesting. We must have young followers on our Instagram
Yeah.
because there was a
recency
major.
bias is right.
Yeah, Amy just said it in the chat. The recency bias was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like we had Cole Bishop up against Tyler Huntley, and Cole Bishop won. I don't know.
That's not crazy. But there was some, like,
Yeah, if you go back to the time when Huntley was here, he was
but there were
some of the more
popular.
controversial ones. Yeah, like Weddle was up against Covey.
Yeah, I'm
That's
ticked
tough.
off. Weddle should have been
Covey
in the final.
won.
Weddle's the guy. I mean,
Covey
come
won
on.
that one. And then Covey beat Brian Johnson also.
I'm okay with that.
I get that one.
Yeah, that was a
Weddle.
a round of.
Come on.
The one that was hard, Cam was up against Steve Smith. And that was like the second
That
round.
surprises me.
That
too.
was
I
a
thought
rough one.
Smith might.
And so
Mr.
Steve,
Smith.
But you have guys like Steve Savoy, who most of these guys,
Don't even know.
some of the people have no idea who he even was.
so that's what I mean is
He was unbelievable.
some people don't realize, like, because we had Fiesta Bowl players
Yeah.
and Sugar Bowl players, and
Let me see.
it was like our current roster, like Mackay.
It's weird. I don't see Greg Bird on this list anyway.
Hey, Bird.
Oh, you're taking
But you know who
shots
she blew?
at Greg
she missed?
Bird and
She
Travis
missed?
Wilson.
I love Travis.
Shaky wasn't on.
Shaky Smithson is a nobody. I'm sorry, Shaky.
What? He's
Compared
very popular.
to all the dudes that were on here, who would you have kicked out?
Okay, but you remember when you put this out, you go, not only skill, but according to you,
Yeah, I would
who was
vote
good
on
looking.
looks. Yeah, he should have been in there just for that.
Okay, that
I
guy
do
goes to the final for that.
I do apologize for that.
Scally went to the Final Four.
Oh yeah, give us the 8 and the 4.
So the final, so obviously Cam Alex. Cam beat out Scally in the Final Four,
Cam beat you, Scally.
and Smith beat out Covey. But that
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me
It's
at all.
Alex Smith and Covey.
But it was Cole Bishop and Morgan Scally, Cam and Bernard. Again, that recency bias, man. That's
yeah,
3 of the 4.
Bernard make it all the way to the 8.
Brian Johnson, Covey, as you mentioned, and then Alex Smith and Dalton Kincaid. That's a good matchup right there. Dalton Kincaid beat out Devin Lloyd, Bryn.
Okay, you know what? See, there were some I had some issues with this because Devin Lloyd, who was he up against? Yeah, Kincaid. Oh, this was my hardest one. Terrell Burgess was against Alex Smith. And if you know me, you know that Terrell Burgess is one of my loves. His smile.
Oh, God.
But Alex Smith
Asked her out.
asked me out on
And
a
she said
date.
no, by
I
the
did
way.
not say no. It just never happened. So that matchup was real hard for me.
Who'd you vote for? Alex?
No,
Oh,
because I knew he was going to get all the votes. So I voted for you, Burgess.
the smile got you.
The smile got me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right.
Alex Smith is our winner. It was fun. We'll do it again next year. Maybe we'll
The
modify
fun
it a
part
little
was
bit. But
we can see who's voting and who votes what.
yeah,
There was several players that were voting, and not all of them voted for themselves, by the way. There were a couple that would vote for the other guy,
I didn't know
which
that.
was pretty cool to see. So, yeah,
It-
this was all Bryn, by the way. So, bravo. I had nothing to do with it.
it was a lot of fun. And it was fun. Yeah, it was fun to see, especially some
Steph
of the.
did.
Oh, Stephanie, see, she knows what I'm talking about. Terrell Burgess,
Well, I know what you're talking about.
that smile.
I was voting for my favorite player, not the most beautiful smile. Totally different
You
categories.
could have voted however
Maybe
way.
next year that's what we do.
However
beautiful
way
smiles.
you wanted to.
Hotness.
Oh, well, you know what? Speaking of beautiful smiles, if you would like a beautiful smile,
It's like we're
We have to
professionals
get
at this.
go to Thomas Orthodontics. Dr. Thomas is a board certified orthodontist. He offers traditional braces, clear aligners, early orthodontic treatment for children or adult orthodontics as well. They specialize in jaw alignment and bite correction procedures. He has locations in Spanish Fork, Salem, and Tooele. He will get you a Terrell Burgess smile.
That's quite the guarantee.
Look him up at thomasortho.com.
That is quite the promise.
Well, that's what he'll do for you.
All right. Pull up that one slide, the FanDuel.
FanDuel.
So they're putting it. It's very interesting. Could you read that?
Yeah.
So this is FanDuel predicting wins and losses
This early?
this early. So they put a line out of wins and losses. I find it interesting on a lot of fronts here. You have the most, it's 8.5. So who's 8.5? We
So
got
Arizona State's 8.5, Kansas State, and Texas.
this is
Tech.
wins now. This is wins, not other.
That's
it.
what they're predicting.
So that's their over/under for those 3 teams. Then there's a whole bunch of 7.5. Baylor, somebody else, Iowa State.
You have to say it. The Zoobs are in
Zoobs
there.
are in. Iowa State, Kansas, Utah.
Huh?
They're-
What? Okay, see this is
No. You're a homer if you think so. 7.5.
Wait, what?
You're a homer
He's
if you
being
think Utah's
sarcastic.
going to win football games this year.
Oh.
Your stupid homer podcast that is named the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Then you've got Cincinnati, Colorado, TCU, UCF all at 6.5. Arizona, Houston, Oklahoma State at 5.5.
Why is West Virginia not applicable?
West Virginia is not
I don't know why.
available because
they got
West Virginia, you're not applicable?
Rich Rod's there. They're probably
Are they not going to get any wins?
that is odd. They don't have an
I don't know. Leave that one out. All I'm saying is for your first impressions, FanDuel, I mean, money's on this stuff. So they just don't throw numbers out.
those are very surprisingly low. I'm surprised
That's
there's no one.
low.
No one's a 9.5. That surprises me.
Yeah.
That there's not a single 9.5.
But see, let's be honest. So they put Utah a game back of the other three, like a bunch of the others. But who
Who were lumped in with?
and were a game more than Colorado, who's,
And TCU.
I'm just saying, people considering what Utah has been and the struggles they've had the last 2 years and what people say and all this and that, you would think that we would be projected to win 5 games.
Towards the bottom.
Towards the bottom, but they're not. And that's without not even knowing what our offense is going to be. Yet they still have us at 7-5 because they know Utah football.
That's the thing. They know Utah football has been down for 2 seasons. They're not going to stay down.
No.
Everyone knows it.
So they've lumped us with a bunch of those guys. One game behind, like Arizona State. Without Scadaboo, they're a different squad.
Yes.
He was the guy. We'll see. I mean, of course,
Everybody has brand new teams. I mean, we've already talked about the
Zoobs basically
same.
have their same team with a soft schedule, and FanDuel has us projected to win the same number of games as they have. Just stating what they stated.
I think I saw somebody post on Twitter the other day that they asked AI who's going to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
And it said Utah.
It was Utah and Kansas State
Really?
won the projection the most.
Hey,
So, hey, AI is never wrong.
okay.
All right, let's see. I'm on CBS Sports. I wonder if they're any different. They're probably actually just stealing from this.
I think
one.
they stole it. I think they took
It all
FanDuel.
looks the exact same, but that is interesting to me.
So it is interesting. Look it up. Think about it. I think there's a lot of things to. I mean, the fact is, nobody knows. We don't know. They don't know. But
No.
when you got money on the line,
But we'll see how that fluctuates as the
Matters.
season approaches. Yeah.
all right. So the New York Times came out with their top coaches in the country just recently. I don't know, more or less. I agree. I mean, it could be rearranged. Those who can see it, we got Witt at 14. I think that he's not low enough, but considering the last couple of years, it's
You
been
mean high enough?
well, I guess how you want to look at it. He should be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I have problems.
So they've got Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Bama,
So we're talking coaches.
coaches, Oregon, Clemson. So Dabo.
Dabo.
Can you make that bigger. I want to.
I don't know if I can make it bigger without.
Can't.
I don't want to ruin anything.
Oh, there we go. I've got it.
Kansas, Penn State, Iowa State, Notre Dame. Well, I like Marcus Freeman.
Indiana.
Talk about smile. Here's where I've got issues. Having DeBoer over Lanning, over Dan Lanning,
Agreed. That
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be.
I don't think Dabo should be up
Kansas at
Yeah,
7
Kansas.
is wild.
there. No,
Who
To
is
me.
their guy? Is that
Leopold.
Leopold?
yeah, he's a good
That's-
coach. He's a
wild to me. Matt Campbell at Iowa State. Okay, there's been flashes, there's been glimpses. But let's see. Marcus Freeman. One thing I'll say about Marcus Freeman, he has made Notre Dame kind of likable.
Yeah.
Which that is almost impossible
Really?
to do.
I was cheering for
I was
him.
cheering for them in the national championship game. But the fact that he is able to make Notre Dame even like tolerable, that speaks volumes. You got the guy at Iowa or at Indiana. They had a great season. Again, a lot of these are like, let's see what they do for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, where's Dillingham?
Yeah, Dillingham's not on there.
Dillingham should be above Campbell and a couple of these guys. They just won the freaking conference.
Exactly. See that?
Brian Kelly, talk about the most overrated coach in college football.
You know who's not on here? Our good friend, Lincoln Riley. Where's that USC logo on there? Do you see that anywhere?
Wow. Now Bryn's taking shots.
Well, that's just interesting. He's not on there.
Where's Dion?
Oh, okay. But no,
Oh,
that's
true.
I'm actually surprised that Dion's not on
True.
here.
Mr. Coach.
The top.
You get Dillingham or you get not Lane Kiffin, Lincoln. Who you taking?
Dillingham.
Who you taking?
Right now, I take Dillingham.
Not me too.
Just by the fact you could see the
Duh.
culture of a team.
The culture. I liked him last year when it was his first year. You could see it. And then they
I
get
miss the Towel Boys.
and I do miss the Towel Boys.
Oh.
Do they still do the Towel Boys over
Yeah,
there?
they do, but they don't have much to cheer about right now.
But neither do we right now. either.
That's
So,
true. But
That is an interesting list. I
It is.
disagree with a lot of it.
well, and Whittingham should absolutely be. He needs to be moved up there.
Should be in the top 10. All right. We did a very scientific study and poll
We did.
on the top logos in the Big 12.
When did we do this?
We did.
Yeah. So pull that up there. There they are.
Oh, it's
okay.
okay.
It's we put out
This
1,000.
is very
It's very
scientific.
very scientific.
I am
conducted
interested.
by Gary.
No, I just posted it.
Okay, but here's my question to you.
Hey, we could do that as our next Instagram.
Do you agree or disagree
bracket.
with the results of this?
So are you talking like logo that when it get put up on ESPN, or are you talking like side of the helmet?
No, I'm talking about the Utah football logo of the drum and
No, but he's asking all like the
not
logos.
not the interlocking U's.
Okay, but I'm talking like Arizona State. Are you talking Sparky or are you talking the fork?
I honestly, I'm okay with both those. I like them.
Okay, I'm interested in this. So Utah won, obviously.
No, the people spoke.
Absolutely.
Arizona State, I am on record of saying bring back the Sparky.
Talking logos. Talking logos.
Love it. I love the Sparky on the side of the helmet. Colorado.
I like the schemes. I like the scheme.
I like the color. I think the color's nice. I think it's simple. It's legible. Do you have like nostalgia though for Colorado back when they were good? 90s?
Nothing.
The Cordell Stewart? Nothing like that?
Nothing at all.
I do going off of the current logos.
I just kind of like I like the look of it.
I like the gold and black.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. Kansas, really? The Jayhawk?
No, TCU should be up there with the horned frog. I like that horned frog that they have on their helmet. That needs to be higher up. That's cool.
I'm with you. Horned Frog higher. Oklahoma State better. Other than that, I can get on board.
And all the way down there at
Although-
the bottom.
Kansas State, I don't like. The purple and silver, fine. But the logo, I don't like the logo.
I don't really like Kansas's either. I'm sorry, Kansas. I don't like the cartoon hawk, Jayhawk.
Yeah, I don't either.
We're making so many enemies
No,
tonight
hey,
as a
no,
spring
no.
as a spring podcast, and we're making all these enemies.
No,
I'm just saying when it comes to in a scale of things,
yeah, there's got to be from 1 to
someone has to be 16.
1 to
16.
It's not my fault that the Yahoo logo is number 16.
And the Sailor Cougar.
It's like the most
that'd be 20 of a
Uncreative.
16 team league.
Yahoo logo.
Arizona's is boring.
Yeah, it actually.
Baylor's is
Oh, boy.
basic. Yeah, I'd say TCU needs to be higher than that, though.
Yeah, the
Oh.
frog, the horned frog.
The Horned Frog. I like Oklahoma State.
It's just
Interesting.
Okay, let's do a couple other things. We'll skip that one then because James will have a coronary.
Okay,
we're
Go to Bill.
skipping that one.
Okay, okay. This is okay. Bill Belichick
Is living the
is now the coach of Kentucky. No, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
That's
North
so
Carolina.
weird.
He's the coach of North Carolina. So he's in college ball.
That's so weird.
And if you don't know, well, let's put the picture up of Bill. He's 74 years old.
This is so weird. That is so bizarre.
If you're not watching on YouTube, look this up. It's Bill on a beach with his girlfriend.
Who's like 24.
He's 24. He's 74.
Some acrobatics. That's quite impressive.
It's
Bill, man, you got some legs work.
Look at those leg muscles.
Leg work going.
It is so freaking weird.
I can't get around this. The like 50-year age difference. I mean, come on.
What do you think, James?
I think it's super bizarre.
I think he deserves
I'm
a round of applause myself.
Congratulations, Bill.
I mean,
But
it's impressive.
Weird as can be.
Okay, is it who's it weird? Him or her? Who's weirder? Him or her?
It's not weird for him. Of course he wants
If he
some.
can do it, go for it, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
But for her, she's like 24-year-old.
I find that bizarro.
That's creepy.
She's a college
I
student.
think she just graduated, but she's 24.
And she's hot. You can't see her face.
Of course she is.
Well, it's like $20 is $20. And she's getting more than $20, man.
She's on his email stream. Look that up. What the emails are something that goes to Bill's. She's supposed to be copied on him or something weird like that. I'm just saying. For me, it's like, Bill, man. Good for you, buddy.
I know, but
her, I'm going, what's going on here?
that money, dude. That money.
Well, it's a tale as old as time, Gary. We all know what's going on here.
That's why you work super hard for your entire life. So you can lay on your back at the beach at 75 years old.
With a
With
25-year-old.
someone who could be your granddaughter,
Ew.
There's
Bill.
like 4 pictures. I only put one up.
It's so weird. Beyond the creepiness of this, I am so interested to see how he does at North Carolina. They're over under 7.5 right
I
now.
can't believe he's coaching college again.
It's his. I
Why
think he's there
would he
for
come
a
back?
year, maybe 2.
Get his boy in there.
He's
He's helping him coach.
and then he'll go, and then he'll go back to the pros so he can have the all-time record. I'm super curious to see how that experiment goes because college football is so weird right now. But yeah, that is creepy as can be. It is so weird.
I think you should try that this summer, Gary. Try.
Yeah, I can do it with one leg.
Oh,
Okay, I want to see that.
are you lifting like a toddler on one leg? You better
I'm
start.
gonna find a 24-year-old, and we'll see.
No, it's just there's so many things wrong with it.
That's true. Okay, we'll shift gears just a little bit here. Let's throw this last one up.
Belichick.
One more visual
This is what
aid.
this is what we're all
Right
doing.
on.
Baby.
So anyone who's following the Utah Hockey Club goes to a hockey game, even if you watch it, they pan the fans in the stands throwing up the U's.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Keep doing it. I love it.
It just makes so much sense. When you're there and the camera comes to you, you just have to do the U.
Yeah. It's
Utah Hockey
It's
Club.
Utah.
And you cheer Let's Go Utah at the hockey games. It all just blends so well together.
It's been great.
It's been a great year. Probably some of you follow hockey. It's been a very fun year because I think the team has won. Have they tied their?
They've won more.
Considering they were Arizona and then here, but they've
already surpassed last year's points total this year, and we still have 9 games left.
which is great. And plus, we're playing meaningful games right down to the end. And it's gonna, we're just barely hanging on to make the playoffs. But hey, they're not gonna make them.
They won't make them.
But they're still playing. Have reasons to play, and they
fun.
have excellent games, some down games, but it's been very fun. The place is sold out almost every night, and it's rocking. It's a fun atmosphere, and the speed of the game, man. If you haven't got into hockey, or if you've been to a Utah hockey game, go do it. You'll love it.
Well, right. And there's not too many left. So if you can go, make it a priority to go. They're so much fun. And hockey playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs will be starting in the next few weeks. We say this every single year. I'm going to say it again. If you don't know anything about hockey, just start with the playoffs. You will be hooked like that. Stanley Cup playoffs are the best playoff system in sports, hands down. And it is really cool that we even this late in the season
Crazy.
have been like fighting to get in. I never thought that we would even be close to it.
I thought we'd be on the bubble, but I never thought that we'd actually make it. But it's been really fun. I mean, we were 4 points out for several
fell
games.
off.
Just St. Louis is on an absolute tear right now and just couldn't catch them. But it's been great. And yeah, if you haven't made it to a game, I get it. It's very expensive to go to a game. I understand. But next season, there still will be opportunities to go at a reasonable price. There's $25 tickets. I understand it's single goal view. That's not ideal. But to go experience an NHL game, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. You should do it.
It's fun.
Go sit there and go, dang, this is a really fun atmosphere. It's a fun sport. And it cost me $25 to do it. It's you can't beat it. Because that opportunity is going to be gone. Once they redo the interior of the Delta Center, which is going to happen, and they redo that upper bowl in 2 to 3 years, you're not going to be able to get in for $25. So do it while you can.
Well, and with the Utah football connection there is talk of having an outdoor NHL game at Rice Eccles in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Strong talk.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. And that's going to be one of the best days ever when our two loves collide together.
It's true. Rice Eccles.
A hockey game in Rice Eccles, an NHL game in Rice Eccles Stadium. Could there be anything better? If you need a place to watch any of these said hockey games, you should head to Bout Time Pub and Grub. I've had so many great transitions tonight. They have locations all throughout Utah. Look them up at bouttimepub.com. They make everything fresh in-house. They have brunch every weekend from 10 a.m. to 2, which features a Bloody Mary bar.
Woo.
You can build your own mimosas. Again, March Madness, Final Four is coming up. MLB just started. Stanley Cup playoffs are going to start here soon. So go to Bout Time. Get some great food. Watch some awesome sporting events, some games. You won't be sad that you did. Well, that was fun to be back together.
So, Garrett, let me just say this, though, before we leave. So, yeah, Gary Singer is a Blues fan.
Congratulations, Gary.
If the Blues,
good for you.
If the Blues keep playing like this,
They're dangerous as crap.
they could make a run.
There could be the exact same Blues.
Because they turn into a machine right now. And it's true that Veggie has been playing a lot. He can't help but be tired. Ingram being out has hurt us because he was legit.
Well, he was the
starter, but he's a legit 2.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, he's a Stauber, our backup right now.
He's an AHL goalie. That's what he is. And he's good. And he had moments this year. I mean, he shut out Vegas, but that was, December.
Any goalie playing
he played
17 18 games in a row. Like
they got to ride him. We have no chance.
I know, but
man.
In today's NHL, it's a goalie will play 4 games and then have a night off. Veggie's played 17 straight. It's just, of course, it was going to crack, and it did. There's still a 1% chance we make the playoffs. Tomorrow we play the Flames at home.
The hard part is these last games that we have to play are looking like our final schedule. These are tough teams.
Gary, Bennington sucks.
Bennington,
we've been hockey fans our whole lives. James played.
Yeah.
Ever since I can remember, we've been hockey fans. So,
anyway, all right, Ute fans. Football is here. It's a little under the radar because you can't go see anything. But it's exciting. For me, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to the season. I like the changes that are happening. I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm seeing, and at least the intention, particularly for the offense. Yeah. I like what I hear, man. I just want to have a more dynamic, athletic offense.
I have a
dangerous
offense. We talk about it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
I turn on games at 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
And they're put up 42 points.
Yeah.
Just throwing the ball everywhere. Why can't we have that? And hopefully this is it. Because as far as like athletes and dudes and rankings and 4 or 5 star whatever, 5-star, 3, 4-star guys, we have all that. So hopefully we can put it together and do it.
Did you watch any March Madness this year?
Some. There was no like drama to it.
That's how I feel. Like usually I will be a little more invested. I felt like this year there was no Cinderella story. I
No.
mean, the Final Four is what, like
all number ones.
Well, and
yeah.
I mean, this is a whole
Houston
different
though.
topic.
I mean, Houston.
Cheering for Houston.
Yeah.
You know, Duke has the player that maybe the Jazz get, probably not. But I'm watching it being like, okay, in the past you could have a diamond in the rough player.
Mhm.
Now today in NIL,
No.
there's no diamond in the rough player. Because if he's good one year, then Duke or whoever's going to go just.
That's what's happening. That's why you have
These super
all the
teams.
number ones
Yeah.
are in the Final Four. Because I was listening to a guy today who's a Tulane fan, played football for Tulane, and he was explaining because he knows the coach or whoever the coach was. I can't remember the time frame exactly, but it's a mid-major. Tulane talent. They had guys I think that ended up in the NBA, but they developed them over years, like 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and they were just saying in today's world, the guy would come up, develop, be a legit player, maybe an NBA guy, and one of the big schools, big money, come and take him. So that's what's happening.
Especially
it's more
for those,
prominent in college basketball because
there's 5 guys on
they
the
only
floor.
have what 12 to 15 guys.
I think it's 12.
Is that what the scholarship is?
Oh, I don't know scholarship number, but as far as
yeah,
you've got 12 guys.
It's much leaner. So the big money gets the talent, and it's all going to the top, and it's going to kill the mid majors and the Cinderellas. And I'm disappointed.
And see, that's where March Madness was always exciting for me. I wanted, like last year, that Florida Atlantic or whatever, FAU that made it. Like I was cheering for them. That's what made it exciting. I wanted to see them do well. And this year it's just the same names, number ones. But Houston, I'm cheering for
Let's go to Houston.
All right.
Cheering for them. All right.
We'll get out of here. Good to be back with you.
We'll see you after the spring game.
Spring game.
Spring game.
It's all going to start rolling here.